Food for thought. Focus on what is in front of you. Imagine yourself on vacation to your dream location, okay? And you are there. Birds are chirping. The weather is so nice. You can hear the ocean. You can hear just the waves, everything that makes a vacation beautiful. You obviously, I hope, aren't very stressed. You aren't thinking about what's in a week from now. You're not thinking about what's ahead of you. You're present in the moment. You are there. And you can enjoy yourself in the present moment. But then take yourself out of vacation. You might not have that same mentality. You might be thinking about the projects that are due next week. There are deadlines that you have to meet. There are meetings you're going to have to go to. There are difficult conversations that you're going to have with people. But that's next week. And this is this week. And sometimes the difference between being on vacation and being present where you are two different things. But the things that we differentiate are our mentality. And sometimes with vacations, you can get this idea of nothing really matters. All I have to be is in the present moment and do the things that are one foot in front of me. And you can use that same mentality with your present self in your work environment, in your daily life, even though there's definitely different stressors that are going on between vacation and work. You can still be present and fully be there because that's all you can do. That's only the thing that you have control of is yourself right now, and being in the present and not stressing about what's in front of you. Because it reminds me of the Inside Out movie of when Riley, the second one, when anxiety gets created. I think I've mentioned this before, but the anxiety that she's feeling is something to prepare her for the future, to make sure that she is not behind, that she isn't like unprepared. And that's where your anxiety comes in, where you are trying to think one or two steps in front of yourself. But the thing is, when you're on vacation, you don't think about that. You kind of think about, oh, let's just do this right now, and then we'll plan it by ear. Or if you're not, I don't know if you like agendas or not, but it's kind of hard to be able to be present. And I think that's something really hard to work on and really hard to master the skill of, because you might be the type of person that wants to be prepared all the time. You might want to always be there and, like I said, prepared. But in actuality, life isn't like that. There are so many things that could go in between, things that could occur. You really don't know. And even though you might say, oh, I'm 110% prepared, that doesn't mean other things can't come up in other people's lives that affect you. And there's nothing right or wrong about that. It's just life. And when you stress about things that are in front of you, that are 48 hours, 24 hours, depending upon the situation, sometimes that doesn't help anything. There was a podcast with Diary of a CEO with, I forget who it was. I think it was the CEO, the previous CEO of Netflix. And he was talking about how 49% of the time, if he ran to his plane, he would be fine. If he was like running behind, that he was fine. Because the plane was delayed. And then the other 49% of the time, even if he ran, he missed the plane. So that's when he decided to never run for a plane again. Because he made it or he didn't. And him running didn't make a difference. And you having anxiety about the future isn't going to make a difference now, because the thing is that he said that he wished he would have done was would have left for the airport sooner. And that is the thing, that you have to prepare, kind of depending upon your situation, a while before that 48 to 24 hours to be able to properly be prepared. Like, having anxiety is normal and that's fine. And there's nothing wrong with that. But there's an importance of there's a difference between having anxiety because you don't have control over something and you're worrying and trying to be prepared for it, but you have no control of what's going to happen, versus something that you know is going to happen concrete and you can prepare for it weeks before or a few days before. Because there's a difference between a soft deadline and a sense of meetings or like things that could occur like that, because that depends on other people's schedules. Like, that's fully out of your control. But then another thing, like airport times, they are most of the time for certain. And so you can prepare for that. But being anxious and having anxiety doesn't solve the problem that's in the future. It only makes the present moment feel heavy. And that is okay sometimes. That you have to go through that heaviness to be able to work through it and learn that you are going to work through it and be fine. And sometimes you might want to busy yourself and make yourself distracted and try to have so many things that you have to juggle so you don't have this anxiety. But at the end of the day, you're going to feel that anxiety and you're going to work through it. You're going to work through it all. Whether it's your emotions, whether it's your deadlines, whether it's anything in life, you're going to get through it. And it might feel really daunting that, oh my gosh, like, how is this going to happen? Like, how am I going to do this? Like, this is so many days that I have to do this. But it's so cliche, but it's one step at a time. It is super hard to accept the fact that it's one step at a time. But sometimes that's all you can do. You don't have control over tomorrow. You only have control of today, and that sucks. But that's the thing that life is teaching us, you and I, to be patient and just put one foot in front of the other and deep breaths and know that your anxiety does and has validity. But don't let it ruin your present moment. So just be present a little bit more. Food for thought.